Welcome to the second part of the tutorial. This is where the fun is. So the colors that I'll be using today are Scmincke Aureolin Hue PY151, Bordeaux PR187, and Prussian Blue PB27. I still have some paint from my previous painting sessions, so I'm not going to squeeze out too much paint. I can use some of those from the earlier session. Let's start with the yellow first for the green and for everything that is yellow in the scene. So if you have watched my earlier video, well, I drew this sketch with India ink and it has dried very nicely. So that's great. And I used a lot of India ink. And you can see some blobs of ink. Those have dried properly as well. So this is just a mix of PY151 and Prussian Blue. For this part here, I'm going to use a bit more blue than yellow. Prussian blue is a very beautiful blue. Alright, now I'm going to mix the three colors together to get some sort of gray. This is a bit reddish, a bit brown, so let me use this to paint the wall here, this city gate here. This is the Quancong city gate in Hanoi. Wow, maybe I need to add a little bit more blue to it. Now this paper, the Strathmore Visual Journal, for some reason it's able to handle watercolor really well. I say for some reason because this is not 100% cotton watercolor paper, but yet it's able to handle watercolor really well. So that is quite surprising to me. For the ground, we will need more blue and a little bit of red. So this is a bit green. Oops. To get the perfect gray, you have to do a lot of trial and error. So now I'm just mixing the paint on the paper to see how it goes. Right, to get the grays to look right, I actually need to add a lot more red and blue. The only things that are white in this sketch would be the sky, the vehicles, and the window frames. Let's paint some grays here as well. We need a bit more green here as well. I had forgotten to paint over this area. It's now time to paint the darker values. For that, I need to use a lot of red and blue. I actually have to prop up the painting surface so that the water can flow in this direction. Otherwise, I've been painting with the surface flat all along, so that's going to be very easy to create puddles, and when the puddles they dry, they don't look that nice. So for the tree here, I'm going to paint it wet, but I'm going to have the edges blend softly so that I don't have hard edges. I'll have hard edges at certain areas, but not everywhere. And the shadows beneath here, it's darker so that there is some contrast between this and the gate. the brick wall. It seems like Prussian blue, the tinting strength of Prussian blue is not that high. So I need to use a lot of paint in order to make this a really dark value. This area here seems to be darker since it's below the roof, and here it's darker as well. It's actually a bit difficult to see. Almost had forgotten about the flags. And now let's add some details like this. I'm not sure what this is called anyway. This should be black. And the bottom seems black as well. This is where the opaque markers are very handy. Now just between these two bikers there is actually this pole that's behind. It's a street sign. We use this white marker. This is the Uni Postcard marker, by the way. And it actually looks quite good. This actually looks so good that I may want to add another street pole here. I can use the white gel pen to add some details here and here. There are actually some white colored objects here. Maybe it's better for me to just use the marker. Some of the cables are actually white in color as well, so I may want to draw those cables. There are also some white cables hanging just across the street. Alright, so this is the completed sketch. Let's take a closer look. I probably should have left some areas here white so that I can see through to the sky behind. And here I should have made it a bit darker because it's under the tree, it's almost black. For the city gate, some of the lines are actually black and some are white, so I have a mixture here. And I use the white lines for this surface. Actually, I should put some here as well. And we have the motorcyclists, the white markers or the opaque markers. They are so useful. So you can use the opaque markers to paint over the watercolor to add some additional colors, which would be very difficult to do so with watercolor paint or even gouache, even though gouache is opaque, but using opaque paint from those markers, very useful. There is a lot of people on the street. The streets are just filled with life, people walking, carrying stuff, on bicycles, on motorbikes, on cars, people walking, sitting by the roadside eating their lunch or dinner, cables hanging everywhere. Hanoi is kind of messy, but it's a very interesting city to visit. So for this vehicle here, I used the white gel pen to draw the vertical support and the red lights here from the opaque marker. These are from the white gel pen. This yellow here, this is from the opaque marker. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Before you go, I just want to let you know that I am selling off some of the excess watercolor paint that I have. It's actually mostly Daniel Smith watercolor paint. Anyway, I'm selling them to make space to get more colors to test and also make more videos like this. So if you're interested to help me out, you can check out the links in the video description below as to what colors I'm selling.